Good evening, everybody. Welcome to West Burlington Notre Dame Falcon football here at Bill Nelson Field. Myself, I'm Sean Cockrell. Next to me is your play-by-play guy, Brian Fleming.
Well, unfortunately, it's our last home game together, Sean, but there's a lot to play for. It is senior night, and unfortunately, the Falcons do not have much opportunity to go on to the playoffs. They have been eliminated, but kind of an emotional week for the team that will probably, let's hope, inspire them to play with a lot of emotion and a lot of passion, losing their head coach, who Nick Brewer has decided to step down at the end of the year. And so let's hope that that inspires them and gets them to play with a lot of heart tonight.
To quote Superintendent Schmidt, he said, "Let's win one for the Gipper," as it were. So Falcons have a tough road to hoe tonight, though, with the Solon Spartans coming into town, just tearing it up. Great defense, top-ranked defense in 3A.
Yeah, they're undefeated in district play. Their only loss was to Iowa City Regina this year, and they're pretty solid all the way around. The Falcons really need to find a way to score, because that defense, as you mentioned, is stout in all phases. It would be great if we can get some big plays from our offense and special teams and try to force some turnovers. But it's a tall task against this Solon team.
Absolutely, and they come in with a Iowa recruit, full-ride scholarship. Their tight end, Jacob Coons, number 1, who will probably say his name quite a bit tonight, Brian. And then we also have Kendrick Harris, who, just looking at the stats, is just a beast on the field. High score. He scored 56 points this season. Several touchdowns. I think his longest touchdown was 56 yards. So Kendrick Harris, we got to stop him, and obviously Coons. And looking at their passing stats, their quarterback sounds like Griffiths is pretty decent as well. But they come in, only one loss, and I think that was to Regina earlier this year. But
yeah, you're right. And in district play, the Falcons are 2-3, 4-3 overall. So as we mentioned at the outset, they've competed well, and we're really only about 3 plays away from being in the thick of the playoff hunt. And Solon has already punched their playoff ticket. So the winner of the Oskaloosa-Washington game will be the District 5's other playoff team that'll face off against Solon. So another thing we might want to kind of hope for is maybe Solon overlooks us. They don't have as much to play for in regards that they've already got their playoff ticket punched, and considering the situation that we are in, that might give a little more inspiration to these Falcon kids to play hard.
Well, and I know they're wearing their heart on their sleeve tonight. Coach Brewer, he's got them pumped up and ready to go out there. Looking good in the black jerseys with the green numbers. Hopefully we can discern them tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you're flying without your binoculars, which you rely on quite a bit, so we'll do our best.
Well, the Solon team has got the white, black, and orange uniforms, so their jerseys are easy to read. Those black Falcon jerseys are kind of hard to read from up here. As old as I am and as bad as my eyes are, and forgetting my binoculars was not a good thing. But either way, we'll figure it out, and we are about ready to kick off Falcon football.
Kickoff to, looks like number 9, Goldsberry with the return. And he takes the corner to the right side and is dropped about midfield.
Pretty good field position for Solon. They'll start 1st and 10 inside Falcon territory.
Not the best spot for a game to start for the Falcons. I guess they'll get their test here right away.
It's a perfect night for football. It's probably in the high 50s, low 60s. Full moon, so who knows? Anything can happen on a full moon.
Full moon, we're looking right at it, so, yeah.
Bad snap from center. to Griffiths, the senior quarterback. And
I guess that's probably Kendrick Harris. Yep, Kendrick Harris, the ball carrier.
they don't have height and weight listed on their roster. They don't look to be a whole lot bigger than we are. Their offensive line is pretty stout, but hopefully our quickness and team speed can keep up with Solon.
Absolutely, and they're bouncing around our defense. They're looking hungry, as it were. Handoff up the middle to Harris, and pushes it for a first down.
Hendricks is just a junior, a pretty heavily laden senior squad for Solon.
Well, as good as they're playing, they're probably shooting for a state title, and if we could be a bump in their road, I'd be all right with that.
So the Spartans have a 1st and 10 from the Falcon 40.
Harris wrapped up.
You don't need a set of binoculars to see there was about 4 of those dark green or black jerseys.
We call that a flock of Falcons.
Yes, a flock of Falcons making the stop, a gain of nothing. So that brings up a 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans. 2 receivers split wide left. Out of the shotgun formation is Blaze Griffiths. And over the left side, he hands off to Harris. He gets stopped initially by Shipley. Gain of just a couple. So far, so good.
So far, they've only given up about 12 yards, and they've run a few plays, so not giving up the big play.
Goldsberry split wide right, along with Grayson Dahl.
That Griffiths looks like a tall kid. Their quarterback.
He's going to throw. He's left-handed, and oh,
caught!
How did he catch that?
Oh my goodness!
I was about ready to say it was going to be picked off, but Grayson Dahl somehow got his hands on that and made the reception. I thought it was going to get intercepted.
It looked like it. Looked like he played that well, but yeah, somehow he come up with that catch and another first down for Solon.
That's down to the Falcon 29-yard line, 1st down and 10. And Goldsberry now split wide left along with Dahl, wide left. Out of that familiar shotgun formation, he's going to roll left, look for receiver, and finds one, and he is going to score. That's Grayson Dahl, and that is 6 points for Solon, just like that. Maybe we spoke too soon when I said we were looking okay.
That was
early on.
Perfect play action to Harris. Everybody bid on it, and Dahl was wide open. Kind of looked like a nice college play there.
Well, it's a little easier to throw when you're left-handed on the run to your left, and he had a little drag pattern over the center and center of the field, I should say, and Dahl was wide open, made a nice catch and a nice run after the catch to put the first touchdown of the game on the board. Anthony Bullard just kicks the PAT, and it is good. So we'll take our first break here in the first quarter with the score Solon 7, West Burlington 0.
And we're back. Can you hear me, Brian? Am I a little louder? A little louder, louder, louder. Is that better? All right. Sorry, folks. We're getting back to action.
Score now is 7-0 in favor of Solon. Anthony Bullard will do the kicking for Solon. Ball is sitting at his 40, and back deep we have a host of Falcons, and it looks like It's going to go over the head. Not sure who was that back there. Probably Snodgrass.
I'll tell you what, Bullard really, he nice big foot there on that kickoff.
Well, we have a little bit of a shakeup at quarterback, I believe. I know that Drake Day's been starting every game so far this season, and who's in there now, I can't quite tell, to be honest with you.
Tanner Snodgrass, it looks like, from here. Starting quarterback tonight. Oh, and he hands off up the middle.
And the Falcons get stopped on first down. Not sure who carried it. To Seth Miller?
Seth Miller up the middle.
Second down now and 10. 8:44 here to play at Bill Nelson Field on senior night. Snodgrass in the shotgun.
Keeper.
And he gets thrown down by Trevor Nelson and Zachary Cusick.
Coons with the stop. The future Iowa Hawkeye.
Looks like Drake Day is checked in at quarterback. I believe I saw him, or he's checked into the game. I'm not sure if he's under center or not.
Yeah, he's in the shotgun.
Third down and 12 as Drake takes over the offense. See if he can make a little magic happen here. Looking at, he had a receiver wide open, but overthrew him a little bit, and unfortunately that brings up a fourth down and long for West Burlington.
Colton Hohentanner, I believe, was the intended receiver for the Falcons. Like you said, now time to punt.
A 3 and out on our first possession.
First possession, yeah. They drove the ball down there after getting the kickoff.
Back to receive the punt from the Falcons is Goldsberry and Dahl, who just scored their touchdown.
Almost a flag there. He was right in his grill as soon as he caught the ball, but nearly a fumble. Solon retains possession and takes over 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line.
They like to run behind a big number 76, Joseph Krall. He's just a junior. Jackson Walker is a senior. They kind of bolster that left side. And as you mentioned, Coons is plays tight end and defensive back, and he's a pretty big target at about 6'4". Pump fake.
Griffiths with that left hand slings it up there. Oh, and knocked it. Caught by, who was that?
I think it was Dahl, and he got face masked, it looks like, which is what that flag's going to be for.
And with the face mask, he got the football, knocked it in the air. Dahl kept possession. But, man, this guy's a slinger, this Griffiths.
You don't see a lot of pump fakes as much now as you used to. At least in high school you don't.
Well, and he come out. That was a heck of a throw. I slinged right to him.
Kind of froze our defensive back and gave him just enough time to deliver a tight spiral, and that's going to be a first down and then some with the unintentional face mask penalty. First down and 10 now, ball resting on the 13 of the Falcons. Griffiths puts a man in motion and hands it to him, and it is a familiar number and name, number 4, Grayson Dahl, on a little sprint jet screen, whatever you want to call that. I call it a touchdown. And
this is not pretty to start with, Brian. It's going to be, right now it's all Dahl.
It is all Dahl. That's his second touchdown of the night, and They're going to try to convert the PAT and make it a 14-point lead. Anthony Bullard, the senior,
Ooh, and
kick is
picked, but
up and good. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the score. Solon 14, your Falcons nothing.
all right, back to action here. Falcons going to receive the kickoff after that second touchdown by Dahl. See if our Falcons, Brian, can get something to put together here.
Snodgrass is back deep. Here's the kick. He can field this one. No, he can't. Over his head into the end zone for a touchback.
Wouldn't you call that like about a line drive knuckler?
Yeah, I would say in baseball terms it was.
Oh, start at the 20 here. See if the Falcons can at least get the ball into Solon's territory, make this a little more field position game. But we've just been hanging out on the left side here the whole game so far.
Sophomore Drake Day checks back in now at the quarterback position. Out of the shotgun. I wish I could see those numbers better.
You know, I decent vision. I could barely see him myself.
Well, he completes the pass. I think it was Isaiah Trousel that made the catch over in the flat. Did not make a whole lot of.
I think they
actually lost a couple yards, it looks like.
I was going to say.
Second down now and 12 after the completion.
Whole lot of running for 2 lost yards there. Their defense, you could tell. Look at their line. Look at their line. Their line is huge, Brian.
Yeah, they are.
There's some big boys up front there. They look strong, too.
2nd and 11, actually, so it was a loss of 1. Snodgrass in motion. Day does a little pump fake. He's looking for a little daylight to get out of that pocket, and he is going to get sacked.
Not that I said that on cue, but they were in that backfield in a split second.
And that was Jacob Coons that got there first and slowed him down and got the sack with a couple of help from some of his fellow Spartans. And just like that, it's 3rd and 19. And so far, this has been a game that's been dominated on both sides of the ball by Solon.
Spartans set up. See if the Falcons can give him a different look. Give Day some time to throw the ball.
He splits 2 receivers right and left and then moves Trousel into the slot. So he's got 5 receivers to choose from. He's going to go deep down the sideline.
Intercepted by number 15, Trevor McGill. That was kind of like a center field, hey, I got it, and just didn't have position.
Not that you want to see an interception, but that was almost about the same result as a punt would have been. So Solon takes over now after the pick, and it's 1st and 10 with a 2-touchdown lead. And here comes Blaze Griffiths for the Spartans.
I didn't see who our receiver was, but he did have a chance at that before the interception. I think he got a fingertip on it maybe.
Well, they underthrew it just a little bit. It was a quick throw, but it was a good play by the defensive back.
Here goes Kendricks. Number 20 with the Drayton Levine with the stop there.
Harris, the ball carrier, stop by.
Harris hasn't done quite as much so far. I know the game is still pretty young, but as you said, it's been all Dahl so far.
Griffiths, he's back in shotgun here. Looks like Kendricks to
Second
his right.
and 4.
Kendricks just
Big
pushing.
hole up the middle.
He's a downhill runner, Brian. He just comes out of that pocket just
For Solon.
full speed. He's like, stop me or I keep going.
First down.
Looks like Johnson and Snodgrass in on the tackle.
10, Solon on the
That's a first down
27
and 10 for Solon.
Come on, Falcons. Let's get some defense going here.
One lone setback. That's Harris. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to churn his way up the middle, but it's stuffed by that Falcon front.
Shipley on the stop.
Shipley was the initial Falcon on the play, and
Short game brings up
second down and 8, gain of about 2. I don't sense there's a lot of energy or excitement
not.
here. It's I know we're down 2 touchdowns early, but I don't see a whole lot of spirit going on out there right now.
No, not from when we started the game. They were jumping around, having a good time, loose, and now down 2 touchdowns. We're just trying
Griffiths
to find a
fakes
way.
that jet sweep and then
Out of
gives it
bounds.
to Harris.
By Johnson.
Goes around the left side, taken out of bounds by, I believe it was Johnson.
I see Solon so far giving us a heavy dose of Harris, and then that play action pass.
With a sprinkling of Dahl.
Yep, exactly.
Well, let's see if we can get a stop here. 3rd down and 4. Give this Falcon defense a little bit of life. Griffiths barking out the signals, standing at his own 26-yard line.
Hand off to number 20.
Oh, what a
And
great
stop
play.
in the backfield.
That was Trevor Nelson with the sweep around the right side, and I wasn't sure who made the stop for the
I can't
Falcons,
see.
but it was a very well smelled out play by Tanner Snodgrass.
Backfield for the Falcons.
Sorry, we had to ask for assistance.
4th down now and 8, and it would appear that the Trojans are going to go for it.
We don't have the monitor with, the telestrators for us to be able to see their numbers up here.
Ball's on the 25-yard line.
Griffiths.
Oh, I'd like to say that's a great defensive play, but it was a drop. It was in his hands, and thank goodness there's a stop.
A stop
on 4th
by the
down.
Falcon defense. And I wonder if that big boot of Bullard's going to come out and try for, looks like a punt situation here.
No, that was 4th down. They went for it.
that was? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So we've got the ball. That's
Apparently
why I
I
was
wasn't
excited.
paying
We got to stop. So we're going to have 1st down and 10 from our own 25-yard line. So regardless of how you got the stop,
Exactly.
we'll take a stop on 4th down. And it looks like Snodgrass is back in there now in shotgun for the Falcons. Looks like Coach Brewer's going to do a little quarterbacking by committee tonight.
And Snodgrass gets just pummeled.
Jacob Coons, you're going to hear his name a lot tonight. He was in there at his defensive end position and
Backfield by Coons.
dragged him down for a loss of about 5. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remain here in the first quarter at Bill Nelson Field. 14-0 is the score.
Just looking at the Falcons on offense right now, Brian, if our offensive line can't stop those guys, it's going to be a long night behind center. They're just picking their way through there. Snodgrass had no chance to do anything after the fake handoff there.
2nd down and 15. Snodgrass is in the shotgun, looking to throw. Can't find anybody. Takes off around his left tackle, looking for a little bit of daylight. Might have gained a couple of yards over the left side. Clock is running. We're going to run out of time here for the first quarter here shortly. A couple plays left, and Snodgrass comes out, and Drake Day comes in, and he's got a 3rd down and 14 to deal with.
That stop actually brought the crowd alive there for a while. See if we can get a
Falcons-
first down here. Oh,
Well, I don't know if they're rushing that or not. It just seems like as soon as he gets his 3 or 4 step drop, he throws it because
yeah.
he's concerned about that rush from that
rush.
defensive front.
Well, had that pass been in the numbers, that'd have been a first down and then some, because that was a nice crossing pattern.
Dahl keeps received the punt.
4th down now, and Falcons will punt.
Snodgrass back.
Dahl is back to receive Snodgrass's punt.
Oh,
And if it didn't get blocked, it sure was close. It was not a good kick, and a lot of pressure up the middle there. And Snodgrass had to rush that kick and gives a first down and 10 for Solon at the West Burlington Notre Dame 42-yard line with a minute to play here in the first quarter. The news isn't a whole lot better from Cedar Rapids as Prairie is leading in the first quarter over the Burlington Greyhounds 14-0, same score we have here, as the Falcons now try to slow down a rather potent Solon offense. 1st and 10. Dahl in motion. They fake to him.
oh, and a wide open shot downfield. Oh, and that was Jacob Coons.
Maybe Coach Ferentz will withdraw his scholarship offer after Coons had it right in his mitts and he couldn't hang on to it. It was a perfect throw right down the seam, and it was a touchdown if Coons could have held on to it, but thankfully he didn't, and we've got 2nd and 10.
Future Hawkeye, but he's one of the bad guys tonight.
And we'll cheer for him next year,
Yes, sir.
and hopefully for years to come. But
Go Hawks.
Hawks have a big game at West Lafayette against Purdue. Might be a rare win opportunity based on who they've got coming to Iowa City, who they've got to face here in the next 6 weeks after they play the Boilermakers tomorrow. But keep our fingers crossed. Clock is running out here as 3rd down and 5 for Solon after a gain of about 5. Goldsberry with the carry. Ball is on the 38-yard line of West Burlington.
We need another stop here, Brian.
Dahl and Goldsberry are split wide to the left. Coons, the tight end, is in the slot to the right.
And a
Little throwback pass to Goldsberry and a nice stop.
Oh, penalty marker on the field.
Looks like Greer made the stop. It was a heads-up tackle. Stopped him before I checked that. It's Brian Brem that made the stop.
And
But we have a penalty. It is our
block.
2nd of the night, and this is the first one against Solon. Block in the back. That's a no-no.
So a double win for the Falcons there. The ball's going to get pushed back, but we have to stop him again on 3rd down. 3rd and a whole lot. 12, it looks like. And crowd's awake because the T-shirts are flying down below the press box.
So far, that's been about the most excitement we've seen here tonight is the free T-shirt toss.
About a pick 6 right here, something to liven this crowd up.
And they won't get that play off.
We'll switch
As-
sides here, Brian.
We'll take a quick break and come back with second quarter action from Bill Nelson Field.
And we're back. Second quarter action here at Bill Nelson Field. See if the Falcons can stop the Spartans here on third down, Brian.
As we start playing the second period, it's third
I
down
believe
and
Solon
12.
is 2 for 3 on third down conversions tonight. They did fail on a fourth down. 3rd and 12 is
Blitz.
little screen pass, but
Oh, no. Oh, no. He does not want to go down.
don't know if that was stellar running or poor tackling, but the combination
Pass complete
to
Harris.
Kendrick Harris, and he's going to get a first down.
And Brim.
Brim, the initial stop there on Harris.
So a gain of 21, which is good for
A
Solon.
21-yard gain, according to the PA announcer.
7 to 19.
And they could have stopped that, had that first contact.
Yeah, they had him stopped, I think. Yeah, you're right, at first contact, and he just kept his legs pumping, and
that downhill.
Falcons forgot to hold on, and he just kept going for a first. So ball is now on the 19-yard line. Defense might get a little worn out tonight as much as they've been on the field already here in the first half.
Shoestring tackle by, looks like number 25,
Trevor Nelson
55.
takes it off right tackle. Stopped by Luke.
I think it was Luke Shipley, 55. He moved his number around on us last
Second
week.
down 5 from the 14.
Shoestring tackle there, saved a touchdown.
So it's second down now and 5 for the Trojans. Kendrick Harris is the lone setback. He puts Trevor Nelson in at the slot. Wide receiver split wide right, and his all-state tight end Coons is on the left side. He's out of the shotgun, puts Dahl in motion, fakes to him,
Harris.
gives to Harris over the left side, and
Shipley, it looks like, again.
he got the first down after, you're right, Shipley made the stop, but not in time.
Stopped by Shipley.
I guess you'd say Shipley stopped the touchdown because he was moving at a pretty good pace.
He was.
Good for a
So it's first and goal
first and goal.
at the 9.
Spartans.
I don't know.
texted you. It's a Spartans.
Two backs in the backfield flanking the quarterback, and he's going to give it to Harris. And there's a little spark for the Falcon defense. Nice stop by Tate Snodgrass and a couple of his buddies up front.
Loss of 4 brings up second down goal.
Had to make sure the PA announcer knew we were playing the Spartans, not the Trojans. All right. Come on, defense. Crowd trying to get behind the defense a little bit.
Second down now and 13 after that loss. Complete out to the left flat to Trevor Nelson. Little screen pass. I'm impressed with Griffith's arm. He's, as we mentioned, he's a southpaw. He's a lefty. He's got a quick release and a very tight spiral. He's pretty accurate.
Slinger, gunslinger.
He's a gunslinger.
And lefties, you know, they're not a dime a dozen in football. So
Third down and 7 as we pass the 9-minute mark here in the second quarter. Griffiths looking to throw, and he's going to get sacked from behind. Snodgrass was the first one there. Brian Brem was right on his hip. And that's the first sack of the night for the Falcon defense. Brings up fourth down and 15. Now we'll see what Solon does.
on the few games we've done, Brian, the shining star for us has been that defensive line. When they get hungry and they get quick, they can get into that backfield. But they obviously found a way to do that. And fourth down for Solon here. Falcons get another stop, and we can put something together for the offense.
Take a quick break while we have a timeout on the field. 14-0 is your score.
And we're back here. 4th down for the Spartans.
4th and 15, and quarterback Blaze Griffiths is going to go for it in the shotgun. Harris is lone setback. He's going to throw, it looks like. Into the left
And
corner.
Caught.
And it is a touchdown. That is Dahl's second or third. He is
Second reception, and the other one was a run for a touchdown.
Has he scored all 3?
Yes, he has. It's the all-doll show tonight.
Well, that was just too easy. He was open, and nice strike by Griffiths, and maybe a better catch by Dahl. He had a man in the area, but could not get a hand in the way to knock that pass away, and it's a bad snap. And the PAT
Oh, no.
did not fail. I was about to tell you it was going to fail, and they end up getting a 2-point conversion on a bobbled snap from center.
And that's going to be a defeating touchdown and point after by Solon. That defense can't stop that. It is going to be a long night, Brian.
Well, let's again take a quick break with a score 22-0 in favor of Solon.
And we're back, getting set to receive the kickoff here from the Spartans, who've been the all-doll show this evening. 22-0, Solon.
Anthony Bullard will kick off. His leg might be getting sore already. He's been busy in the PAT and the kickoff department so far with 22 points on the board already for Solon. It's the first kickoff that we've had a chance to return.
Ooh, and he's still going. He's still going.
Rel Greer has some daylight. And
nice job by Greer.
what a terrific, that's a 46-yard return, almost out to midfield. That's a little spark to ignite this crowd and the Falcons.
He just slipped through the cracks right there. I mean, they thought they had him, and he just kept pushing. And he's not the biggest kid in stature, but boy, he's quick.
Nick Brewer sends in Drake Day, I believe.
Action right down in front of us right now.
Snodgrass is going to split wide right. He's got 4 receivers to the far side of the field. There's the snap. And that pass was broken up and almost intercepted by Trevor Nelson. Right across the middle of the field.
It was intended for Brim, wasn't it?
I think so.
There has been absolutely no rushing offense for the Falcons, other than a few keepers by the quarterbacks, but we have no running backs in the game. I haven't seen Ramos or Trauzo in the backfield.
2nd and 10. Day's going to throw. He's got a man.
Caught!
Isaiah Trauzo, I think, made a acrobatic catch down that left sideline, Sean. That's a big, big play.
That was all day there. That was a perfect throw to Trauzo. Trauzo with the grab. Big play for the Falcons, and it really has brought this crowd alive.
Good throw and a better catch. He had 2 men right on top of him, and he was able to haul in the pass. Day did a great job of just floating it over those defenders, and Isaiah made a great catch. 1st down and 10 from the 10. Let's see if we can get a quick score here. throws one up for grabs into the corner of the end zone, and no one's going to get near that. Second down and 10.
See if we can run this momentum into the end zone for a touchdown. I think this wouldn't be a bad time for a bootleg or some little trick play to throw these guys off, because all we're doing is throwing the ball. See what Coach Brewer has set for this play.
Second down, 10. 7 minutes, 35 seconds remain here in the first half. A nice look-in pass over to the right side on the hash, and did not quite work out the way they wanted. The defense sniffed that out, and looks like Coons and Williams made the initial stop.
You know, we talked about how big their defensive line is, but, man, they're quick, too. They were on that right away.
Third down now and 14. Boy, you'd hate to see them walk away
Nothing.
from this possession with nothing. You're right. After two big plays from the Falcons. Here we go. Two men split. Wide left, moves a man in motion. And Drake Day is same play they just threw on first down into the corner. And there's a flag, and maybe that's why they were calling that, because the referee is going to
Pass interference, possibly.
Let's see if it is on Solon. Let's hope so.
Conference with the line judge.
That was McGill that was on the coverage there.
Pass interference.
And it is pass interference against the Trojans. And that's another big break for our offense.
Should be, what, half the distance to the goal? Or
the ball was on the 14, so I think you're right, Sean. It'll step off 7 and make it third down now and 7. Need a touchdown here, boys.
We need some points. I agree. I would go away from throwing in the corner of the end zone like we have, because they could sniff that out pretty quick.
Snodgrass in motion, and Day is going to throw. Oh, that could be a flag, but it's not. Intended for Isaiah Trousel, I believe.
That pass by Day, I mean, it was there, but it sailed. It sailed on him way too hard. If he'd have taken a little bit off of it, it might have been right in the numbers and in for a Falcon touchdown.
Fourth and 7, or fourth and goal, I should say. Number 4 just checks into the lineup for the Falcons, and he is split wide left. Falcons have 4 receivers, 1 now in motion. And Day is going to throw. It's the same play they've thrown 3 times on this series. A fade pattern to the corner of the end zone, and it falls incomplete. And I am going to go out on a limb here and kind of question the creativity of our playbook there. That was 3 of the same play. I know one of them worked because you had a PI out of it, but
we have capable running backs. Why aren't we running the ball towards the corner, towards the pylon, or even a quarterback keeper? It just, to me, that does baffle me too, Brian. Why we didn't even try to run the ball 7 yards out.
Solon takes over now. 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line. 6:28 to play here in the second quarter at Bill Nelson Field. Griffiths is in the shotgun formation, hands off up the middle to Harris. Snodgrass is the first Falcon to make contact, bring him down after a gain of about 3.
That drive of ours did eat a lot of clock, so their offense has had some time to rest.
Big Shavonte Nelson made the stop for the Falcons.
Big power up on that defensive line, Nelson.
not a lot of undefeated teams in district play in 3A here as I'm looking at the rest of the region.
Harris around left end. Tanner Snodgrass.
Solon is in rarefied air. They have always been a very
Helped out by Ramos.
powerful
Third down and 2.
football program for many years. Several Iowa Hawkeyes come from Solon High School. James Morris was one of them that recently played at the Patriots. Just I believe was cut this year. Went to the Cowboys, but our kicker last year for Iowa, Marshall Kane, is still in the NFL. So Solon has a very solid program. And boy, are they fast, because here comes your friend Dahl around the corner, and he is quick, and he's fast, and he's small. He's diminutive. He's a Dave Meggett type of runner.
Yeah.
Good enough for the first down.
That's good for a Solon first down. Ball is placed on the 26-yard line where it's first and 10 Spartans.
First and 10 for the Spartans here. Our defense is starting to put their hands on their hips a little bit.
They've been out there for most of the game, and they're also, of course, playing both ways. A lot of those kids are, so they've got to be
Wearing down a bit.
Yeah.
Old lefty here throws to Coons.
Coons makes the catch.
First down for the Spartans. And that future Hawkeye, he made that catch, Brian.
That's good for a Spartan first down.
First down and 10 now from the 37-yard line of Solon.
Our executive producer just sat down beside us. We'd like to welcome Superintendent Dave Schmidt to the press box.
Grant Goldsberry is split wide right along with Coons and Harris. And he's going to pass.
Oh, nice defense by the Falcons there. Pass intended for Dahl, broken up by
Intended for Dahl.
Jet Jaden.
Jaden wearing number 6 tonight on the coverage. That brings up second down and 10.
Good defensive play by Jaden. Second down and 10. 4 minutes and 3 seconds remain here before halftime on senior night at Bill Nelson Field. Solon leads 22-0, and they've got the ball.
I see a dose of Harris here. Oh, bad snap, but Harris still takes it up the middle.
Yeah, the Falcons are having a tough time bringing these kids down. They are tough runners, and I think the Falcons are probably getting a little tired of that because they've faced a lot of hard-running offenses so far this season.
Ball on the 40-yard line. Third down. Third and 7 for the Spartans.
Blaze Griffiths in the shotgun formation. Looked like someone got off the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
little
wow.
The pass was intended for Goldsberry, and
Johnson just tattooed him.
that'll knock his tonsils out.
Johnson with a miraculous hit.
It didn't have an impact on the play necessarily, but that'll make him think twice next time he goes out for a pass. Fourth down now and 7. This is going to be the first punt, if in fact they do punt this, of the game for Solon.
It's a good guess he'll feel that hit tomorrow morning after the game.
And we have penalty flag on the play. Might have taken a little bit too much time. Or somebody moved.
Somebody moved.
Penalty is on Solon.
That moves Solon back another 5 yards.
Who do we have back for the Falcons to receive?
Is that Johnson and Snodgrass?
I believe so.
Miller with the punt, end over end. kind of a line drive. Takes a bounce at the 25, and they'll down it at about the 24. First down and 10 for the Falcons. We'll step away and be back in just a few moments.
And we're back here. Falcons have the ball.
First and 10 on their own 23, Sean. We've got 3 minutes to play. Let's see if get a little magic going here and light that scoreboard up. That would help a lot.
Oh, here we go with a little run, Brian.
You asked for it, Sean. You got it.
Who was that, Rios or?
I think it was Ramos.
Ramos, the ball carrier.
We're going to ask Superintendent Schmidt if we can get different jerseys next year. With these old eyes you've got up here without binoculars, we can't see. Yeah. Second and 10. Well, I've got the glasses. I
can totally relate to minor league baseball likes to mess around with their jerseys, and you can't see their numbers, so not the fun thing to do.
Day sends 2 men wide left in motion. He's going to keep it. Spins. Gets out to about the 25. It's going to be a short gain, maybe of 2 yards.
Shoestring tackle by Trevor Nelson on Day there.
It just seems unusual that we haven't seen a lot of Isaiah Trousel, although he did make a phenomenal catch down on the in the first quarter. But we got a timeout called. Solon's going to try to figure out a way if they can get some more points on the board before halftime. We'll find out right after this.
And we are back after the timeout. Back to action here. Third down for your Falcons.
Let's go offense. Day's going to throw. He's going to try to throw. He's shuffled out of the pocket. Rolling right.
And dropped. Right in a breadbasket, and he dropped it. And it been a first down as well.
That pass was intended for Trousel. He's still nursing an ankle injury he's had for the majority of the season. He's spending most of his time at wideout tonight. He just can't cut as well as he'd like to, and that's one of the reasons why I think you're seeing a lot more throws as opposed to runs tonight.
And I believe Gifford into punt.
We have a flag on the play.
Too many men on the field.
That'll drive a coach crazy.
I seen Raryl Glier come off the field. It looks like he was number 12.
Apparently Marty Bowen can count to 12. And did, and that sends us back to the few yards deeper in our own territory, trying to get a punt away.
Ooh, and
it looks like it might have gotten tipped. Yep, someone got a hand on it, and
they better pick it up. It looked like a volleyball net there.
So we've got 1:49 left in the second quarter, and Solon is going to try to see if they can mount a charge here and get a few more points on the board before halftime. Let's hope our defense can stay stingy.
Looks like Channel 6 in the house down there, the highlight zone. Update from Cedar Rapids. The Burlington Greyhounds now trail 28-0 at the half. Griffiths. Pass complete to Coons. And that was a nice catch by Coons. Defender all over him.
Griffiths pass complete to Coons. Tackled by Tanner Snodgrass.
Good enough for a first down after Tanner Snodgrass ran him out of bounds. Ball's now on the 24-yard line. First and 10, Solon. Jonathan Stahl is bringing in the play from the sideline. Head coach Kevin Miller's had quite a lengthy career at Solon.
Dave. 28-0, Cedar Rapids, Perry. 14-all.
Griffiths looks to throw, and that flare pass was intended for Dahl, and it was a little underthrown into the ground. He couldn't make the grab. Second down now and 10. Ball still on the 24, of course.
The winner of the Oski-Washington game will be District 5's other playoff team. It's tied at 14-all at the half. So it sounds like a battle there, Oski and Washington.
And the Falcons will play their final game of the season next week on Friday night at Oskaloosa. Second down now and 10. Just over a minute and a half to play here in the first half.
Griffiths. Wide open.
And there is your friend Grayson Dahl. He's having a career night. Didn't get into the end zone, thankfully, but he still got down to the 1-yard line.
He great receiver.
He is
shown it tonight.
He is, and that was a perfectly thrown ball from Blaze Griffiths. So it's first and goal from the 1. Clock is running.
My guess we'll see Harris here. Either that or maybe a play action to Dahl.
Well, he's got
on the right side.
2 running backs now in the backfield, which is that ball is given to Nelson, I believe.
And in for a touchdown.
Was that number 21? If so, it was a
21,
touchdown
I
for
believe
Trevor
so.
Nelson.
Yep.
For the 2-point conversion.
Touchdown.
Yep.
Touchdown.
Casey.
The PA announcer was hoping that was just a 2-point touchdown, but it was actually a traditional 6-pointer.
That's why we help each other up here in the press box.
Spencer Wegman on the hold. They had a bad snap from center previously.
And
that one was not perfect, but the kick was, and that gives the Solon Spartans a 29-0 lead with 1:07 to play here in the first half. Let's step away, and we'll be back right after this. Tomorrow. I think it is.
And we're back here. Falcons back to receive the kickoff. See if maybe Rail Greer could spark us again with a great return.
Well, the good news is we have 11 men on the field here.
That's very good.
Kind of a pooch kick. Fielded down at the 15 by,
Is that Johnson?
I can't tell who it was, but he got out to about the 20, so.
Dayton Johnson.
Yeah, Dayton Johnson, you're right, Sean.
Now by Goldsberry.
Goldsberry's been all over the place tonight, just made the tackle on special teams. But it has been a big night for
First and 10.
Jacob
Falcons
Coons,
on the 21-yard line.
Grayson Dahl, and quarterback Blaze Griffiths. They have been putting up some pretty impressive numbers.
Blaze with a Y. Blayze.
We got a Kendrick. We've got a Cole, Coal, Flansburgh. We've got a Chase. We've got a Rowdy Kane, number 72.
Team full of football, baseball, whatever, sports names.
Two Peytons, a Grayson, a Bryce, a Blaze. Pretty creative names up in Solon. Was that a offsides on Solon?
Penalty marker on the field.
And so I think their third penalty here in this half, which really hasn't
5-yard penalty.
made a difference as far as the Falcons. I mean, they really haven't taken advantage of them. There's been no turnovers except for the one interception of Days.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
A
no.
fumble, but we're able to get back on it, and
Was that
maybe the best play right now is to just let this clock run out and try to regather in the locker room and figure out a way to slow down this very potent Solon offense.
and that defensive line being closer to us? They really are overshadow our offensive line.
So the clock is moving with 26 seconds. And Snodgrass is back at quarterback. Might be the last play of the half. He's looking to throw, and he had a lot of pressure.
Caught on the 44-yard line by
Nice play.
Dayton Johnson.
Johnson on the receiving end of that pass. Good for a
Dayton Johnson's have a very good season so far, especially in the kickoff returns category.
on the 44.
He's had 195 kickoff return yards prior to this game,
Coach
with
Brewer.
an average of 48.8 yards. So he's been impressive there. He was impressive on that play.
Oh, and he'll probably be a vital piece of the puzzle next year for whoever takes over for Coach Brewer, because Dayton, I believe, is a junior this year.
He is indeed a junior. So we got a timeout, 10 seconds to play. I'm guessing Coach Brewer is not afraid to throw a wrinkle into the offense. Maybe we'll see something exotic here with a hook and ladder or a
Flea flicker
something
or
interesting.
reverse or Hail Mary or little Cotton Eye Joe for the fans. Get them up and jumping a little bit here.
I see a few players on our sidelines do a little Cotton Eye Joe dance. DJ Casey Fleming is livening up the crowd. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 on the 44. They are offside. And Day is going to try to go for it all right down the middle to Snodgrass.
Knocked down.
And he couldn't quite haul it in. I don't see a flag on the play. Do you,
Austin
Sean?
Kennedy, no. Austin Kennedy and Dahl in that area.
Well, there sure should have been before that ball even got snapped, because the right tackle for Solon was well into the backfield of, or over the line of scrimmage, I should say, by. But nothing was called. 4 seconds remain. 29-0 is the score. And the Falcons are looking for a little miracle. There, he got it.
He was trying to be sneaky, too. Look at him. Wasn't me. Wasn't me, Coach. Good call on the
5-yard penalty.
official.
Second down.
That is
for the Falcons.
Jackson Walker, the senior.
Looking for the edge.
All right, Falcons. Make a little magic here before halftime. He sends 4 receivers. He's got a lot of pressure. He's going to run out of the pocket and throw it into the middle of the pack of players. Oh,
And like a volleyball, we tip it up and we no completion. That is the end of the first half, Brian.
so we will check back with you after halftime with the score. Solon 29 and your West Burlington Notre Dame Falcons 0.
With the marching band.
And we are back for action here in the second half, third quarter, back here at Bill Nelson Field. I'm Sean Cockrell, and your play-by-play man, Brian Pee Wee Fleming.
Well, I'd like to say we've got a lot of opportunity ahead of us here, but it is the second half, and let's hope that the Falcons have made some adjustments to slow down a very potent Solon offense. They have pretty much had their way through the air and running the ball and have not made many mistakes.
With a handful of names have just been pretty much doing what they want tonight, Solon has. And their big booming kicker, little squib kick down the left side, mishandled and out of bounds on the Falcons.
I've got a third quarter score. Burlington High School now trails Cedar Rapids Prairie 35-0. The Falcons trail 29-0 here at Bill Nelson Field, but they are first and 10, decent starting field position at about the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, the 20-yard line.
See what the Falcons can do here in the third quarter.
It looks like it is going to be Drake Day for this series to start the second half at quarterback. He's got 4 receivers split about as far wide left and right on the field as you possibly can.
I believe that was Ramos, the ball carrier.
Tyler Linderbaum was trying to jar that ball loose as he was trying to bring down the ball carrier. He made the initial contact and slowed the progress for the Falcons, and we gained maybe about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Good call by Coach Brewer and his staff. I'd like to think they were going to run the other side of the field, but I just see Coons just moved and went to the right side, and that's who they're running around. And he is going to go pursue and make a gang tackle with 3 or 4 other white shirts.
And going the wrong way.
So what we gained on second down, we lost. I'm sorry, what we gained on first, we lost on second, and now we are third down and 11 with the ball on the 19-yard line. They are as potent defensively, if not more so, than they are on the offensive side of the ball, as you pointed out at the outset of the game, Sean.
Their defensive front is just, they're massive.
They're big and they're fast and they're quick, and they hit those holes and fill those holes quickly, so there's not a lot of gaps for those players to run through, which is why I think we're throwing the ball so much. Day on the move, throws down to the sideline. I don't know if he was trying to throw it out of bounds or not. Didn't have a whole lot to throw to down there, so wisely got rid of it. And that brings up 4th down and 11 for the Falcons.
Falcons will have to punt here. Looks like Goldsberry sit about the 42-yard line to receive the punt. They've come close every time and possibly got a hand on the last punt, but our punt has been not very well this evening. And the way they collapse onto our line before the end of the night, I wouldn't be surprised if they got to us.
Kind of a rainbow snap back to the punter. Call for the fair catch is Dahl. And this will be the first offensive possession of the second half for the Spartans, leading 29-0. Ball is inside the 47-yard line, about the 46 of West Burlington.
We'd like to make a big shout out to my relief last game, Brian Hopkins, watching at home on the big screen. We're on the big screen, Brian.
You'd think the super fan would be here to support the Falcons, whether we win or lose, but he's kind of one of those fair weather Cub fans that jumps on that bandwagon when they.
Doesn't he wear a Yankee hat?
Yeah,
Or
he's
Tigers,
at home watching the
that's
Tigers. Thanks for being my friend, Brian. Harris rumbled around that right side. 1st and 10, gain of 10. behind the blocking of big Nick Troyer and Tyler Linderbaum, Rowdy Kane. They've been out of the shotgun for the entire game, so they must not have much of a traditional.
Nice stop by the Falcons there, collapsing onto the running back right there at the line of scrimmage.
Harris was the ball carrier.
Second down for Solon here.
Brings up second down and a long 10.
Griffiths again back in the shotgun. We'll hand
There's
off
that-
to. Oh no!
Oh, he fakes the pass.
He faked to
and
everybody. Everybody in the stadium or in the field bought that one, and wow, Griffiths just a quarterback keeper for a touchdown. Brian, that was a great play. We all
he
bought it.
Kind of faked a rollout pass, and that pump froze the cornerback and allowed him to sprint down the middle of the field for another touchdown for Solon. And as they prepare for their PAT,
He was behind our secondary before they knew it.
he showed some speed there. That's been our bailiwick all year, has been team speed, but we haven't had a chance to get open or break a run to show that team speed. So we now go to the 9-minute and 6-second mark here in the third quarter, and the score, Solon 36 and your Falcons 0. We'll step away for just a moment and come back right after this.
And we're back. Solon set to kick off to the Falcons, who were stymied by their offense with that huge run by Blaze Griffiths.
Anthony Bullard
Ooh, and
kicks
missed-
it back to the about 2-yard line. Oh, we had a little hole,
Ooh, and hit hard.
and he couldn't burst through it and got knocked back a couple yards. Not sure if that was Brem or not.
The
It was Rel Greer. My spotter has informed me.
spotter, executive producer.
So am I correct in assuming we now have a running clock? Is that right?
Yes. Running clock, a 35-point lead. I believe they have a running clock. We'll see here what the Falcons.
My spotter would like to know if any of our viewers or listeners at home can give us a update on the Detroit Tigers game tonight.
I do wish the Cubs good luck. I am a Cardinal fan, but I'm hoping for the Indians and Major League 4 to come out after this season. Oh, nice run to the left side by the Falcons. Looks like a first down, too.
What's that, Snodgrass?
Ramos.
Oh, that was Ramos.
Nice
That was
run.
probably the most productive play offensively of the night so far for the Falcons, other than that deep pass to Isaiah. So nice gain, first down and 10 for West Burlington, Notre Dame. 7:34, and the clock is running. As we mentioned, ball is sitting on their own 30-yard line as Drake Day spreads three receivers wide right, moves his running back in motion, looking, and he's going to keep it up the middle, and he's got room to run, and he
Another first
almost
down
carries
for
it
the
out
Falcons.
to midfield. Nice call. That was a planned quarterback keeper all the way, and he was patient back there, let those blockers, let those defensive linemen up and through, and he burst through that line for a big gain.
That's where they use the speed against them, letting them bite on that and then run. Day can run. He does have some pretty good
I believe
feels.
that play is called the Tiger Draw. It was devised in Detroit by Sparky Anderson back in the 70s. 6:42. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Clock will continue to run, as we mentioned. 3 receivers are layered here on the near side of the field, and they're going to block.
They sniffed that out
because they
right
did
away.
sniff that out right away. You're right, Sean.
Ramos, he turned around. Okay, 3 guys are right in front of me. It was, yeah. So going backwards, 6 yards. Looks like 2nd and 16.
Did I tell you about the time I took batting practice from Mark the Bird Fidrich back in 1992? I did. Yeah.
I love talking to the baseball. I do,
I was up there for a TV station promotion, and he was there giving a lot of some of the media advertisers batting practice. So I said, "Can I take batting practice too?" And they said, "Sure, go ahead." So I got up there, and I don't claim to be quite a baseball player, so he kind of lobbed one down to me, and I looked at him and I said, "Is that all you got, Bird?" And he didn't appreciate that, so he threw one. I mean, it was probably an off-speed curveball that felt like it was a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And no, he didn't throw at me, but I got a hit. It hit the handle of the bat and went about 12 feet, and that was enough.
In foul territory.
Oh no, it was in fair territory. But yeah. That was my only Major League Baseball hitting experience, Dave.
Well, you do wish luck to all the teams in the playoffs. I believe the NL and ALCSs are set. Dodgers, Cubs, and what is it, Indians Blue Jays, Dodgers, Cubs. Those are your AL and NLCSs. And, of course, next April you need to come out to Community Field for some Burlington Bees baseball. We have re-upped with the Angels organization. So future Angel players will be coming through Burlington. So that's my shameless plug.
The Cubs tee it up against the Dodgers tomorrow night for Game 1. They've got Lester on the hill.
Oh, and Day's pass deep and intercepted. Oh.
While we were on
Shoestring
the
tackle.
baseball terminology, that was almost like a pop fly. He got a little too much air under it, and Snodgrass couldn't get back in time. And guess who was on
the
spot? Ball was on the doll. Doll was on the ball again.
Playing center field there, really. It was kind of just like a little blooper and right into his hand. Looked like there might have been a little contact before that pass. Could have been a penalty, but no penalty. Solon takes over on the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Griffiths takes a snap, hands it to, fakes a handoff and complete to Coons. Coons is running, stumbling, bumbling, and finally brought down by Johnson. Or is that Levine? That was a nice play.
Pretty good speed for a big man. Jacob Coons, the 6'3", 6'4" tight end, broke loose, but Snodgrass chased him down.
Yeah, Coons, he looked pretty good right there. He's a big kid. They took him, 20 yards to bring him down.
1st and 10 for Solon. Ball is now on the Falcons 17. Crowd is chanting for some defense.
And
They're not
none
going to get it
there.
on that play.
I believe that was. I don't have a 20 on their roster.
Trevor Nelson, perhaps. Whoever it was, he got another first down for Solon.
Nice run, though.
Casey Fleming explaining to the crowd that it
Number
was
20.
a mystery running back. Can't you be penalized for not providing us with accurate jersey information?
We'll just call him that guy.
Who is it?
Bo Black.
That was
Okay.
Bo Black on the carry. Thanks to our neighbors in the visitors booth next door giving us that update. Ooh, we got a new quarterback in there.
Number 7.
That's Spencer Wegman. I'm guessing that maybe we've seen the last of Blaze Griffiths tonight. Let's hope so.
They're preparing for the playoffs. They're giving some underclassmen some time on the field.
Bryce West checks into the lineup for Solon. Second down and goal from the Falcon 5. 36-0 is your score. And Solon is trying to build on that lead with a second and goal. And they're going to try to run for it. And the Falcons say no. Nice stop by that Falcon front. That was Bryce West who tried to find a hole, and the Falcons stuffed him and might have pushed him back a yard or so.
Be a third and goal for them on. Looks like right on the 5-yard line.
Here come the Spartans. Spencer Wegman replaces Griffiths at quarterback. Takes his man in motion and hands on that jet sweep to Storm Scott. Here's another one of those names. Storm Scott, future meteorologist.
Definitely a sports name, or a name, like you said, for a meteorologist.
He got about 3 yards there. Not enough. I thought he was going to score, but it was a nice hit. I'm not sure who made the hit. Did you see?
It looked like 2 hits. He ran into one guy and got hit by another. So went down pretty hard, but back up, and fourth down looks like they are going to try to put it in the end zone.
The only name that they don't have on their roster is Banana Slug Jones. Jacob, Peyton, Grayson, Bryce.
Handoff and just drops the hammer, and it looks like he is in for the touchdown. And I believe that is Grayson Dahl, I believe.
It wasn't Storm Scott?
No.
Or Bo Black?
Oh, wait. It was Bryce West.
Was it Cole Flansburgh?
Bryce
These
West
sound like characters from a Simpsons episode. Rowdy Kane.
Bryce West.
Nick Hoffsummer.
Bryce
Tammy.
West.
They got Tammy Starkey Hopkins. It's an odd name.
West, no relation to Mayor Adam West.
Hello, citizens.
Family Guy.
So we've got 35 seconds remaining in third.
We do hope you're enjoying the webcast this evening.
All 27 of you.
We love it. Keep watching. It's a great thing that we could do for families and people that can't be here, that live away from West Burlington. You get to see your grandkids, nephews, nieces.
Rodrigo Ramos was shaken up on the play. Looks like he's got a ankle or a knee slowing him up. Let's hope he's okay. And looks like it is Storm Scott on the kick.
High snap and a bad kick.
No, it was Alex Allen. My mistake. So
terrible snap.
They could not convert the PAT. And let's take a quick break with the score. Solon 42, West Burlington 0.
And we're back. Solon set to kick off, something we've said quite a bit tonight, Brian. Other than that one return.
What is it?
What's that?
We have some exciting news to share with our viewers. Somebody in the booth is getting married.
Oh, my. Cat got out of the bag.
Speaking cat out of the bag, we've got a falcon
here
that's
we go.
loose out of the bag. And
yes,
that
Dave
was Greer
Schmidt.
with a big return. Tell us about this pending engagement. She said yes?
She did say yes.
Let's hear how you proposed. What was the scene? Paint me a picture.
Her name's Lynn Allen, and her daughter is a senior here. We've been going out for about a year. Known her for about 3.5. And I met her. We both worked at the mall at the time. I met her actually in Riddles. And conveniently, that's where I got the ring. And
I didn't ask for your life history. I just said, how'd you propose is what the question was.
Right there in the middle of Riddles.
You proposed in Riddles?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a good place to do it. You don't have to go far to get the ring.
No. So she said yes, and yeah. So thanks, Dave. Good looking out, brother.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to the invitation to the wedding. Where's the reception going to be? And will it be an open bar?
It'll be at a bar. Yeah. Details to follow.
Well, for all 27 of you listeners out there, that is an official invitation to Sean Cockrell's wedding reception at a bar.
You're going to get me in
The
trouble.
Beat or Doris's?
No.
Actually, I believe Dave Schmidt just offered his residence and backyard. Is it going to be a spring or summer wedding?
I've been to that residence. It's actually a nice residence. Oh. Yeah, so exciting news from this.
This is your fourth wedding?
No.
Listen to me. I'm still looking for my first. Does she have a sister? Well, there's a nice run by Trousley. He looked healthy there. Boy, he had a nice spurt of speed, and he cut back against the grain. Brought down by linebacker Adam Bach. Gain of 6. Sadly, tonight a gain of 6 looks like a gain of 16 because we haven't had a lot of big plays. Trying to run over that big defensive front of Solon has not been an easy thing to do tonight.
They're so quick.
Yeah, they are big and they are quick. You're right. But no one's quicker than Isaiah Trousel, although he is hampered by that ankle.
Keeper going up the middle here. Brought down.
Short gain for Snodgrass. I believe that's Snodgrass, is it not?
Yeah.
Folkert made the stop for Solon. Greer and looks like Jet Jaden has now come into the game at the flanker position. Dayton Johnson is spread wide right. Handoff up the middle.
Nice run. First down for the Falcons right there.
That was Ramos on the carry. Bach made the stop for Solon.
First and 10, West Burlington, Notre Dame on the 38-yard line.
First down and 10. We haven't had a lot of those tonight. Let's hope we can capitalize and get that goose egg off the scoreboard. 42-0 is your score. Just under 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Falcons have 3 receivers clustered out to the far side of the hash. Out of the shotgun is Snodgrass.
Nice pass across the middle. Is that Johnson?
Snodgrass pass complete to
Trousel.
That was about a 22-yard hookup between Trousel and Snodgrass.
And he's waving to come out. Trousel is
That injury is just not going to go away. He's a tough kid, but it's a nagging injury that just gets aggravated every time he.
can't keep getting hit like that.
I'm not sure how much practice time he's getting during the week, if they're resting that much or not. But once you've got a hamstring or an ankle injury, those are nagging injuries that just don't go away without significant rest. So too bad that his senior year is being hampered by such a frustrating injury. There's a completion from Snodgrass, and whoever caught it just got buried into the turf here at Bill Nelson Field, but it was a
nice catch.
A great pass, nice catch. We're
Putting
gonna
together-
have a Snodgrass to Snodgrass connection here tonight. I'm wondering.
That'd be all right, I'm sure, in the Snodgrass
I'm guessing
household.
that'd be the first time in Iowa high school football history that you'd have a Snodgrass to Snodgrass reception.
No.
What do you mean no?
Knoxville, 1989.
Knoxville, 1989.
Snodgrass. Joel Snodgrass.
There's two of them.
Brother Bill Snodgrass.
My spotter extraordinaire just made up a tale about the Snodgrasses in Knoxville. Look it up in your history books, folks, and get back to us at Sean Cockrell's wedding and let me know if he's being
There you
serious
go.
or not.
Wow, name dropped again.
Did he drop that or catch
hey.
that? Looks like it might have been intercepted, or did we catch it and hit the ground? It looks like he caught it and then got tackled and might have had the ball,
First down.
knocked the ball loose. We have a referee's timeout.
That was a Snodgrass to Snodgrass right there.
It was?
It was. Tanner to Tate.
That was the longest reception in Iowa high school history from a Snodgrass to Snodgrass. The ones in Knoxville, that was only a 22-yard hookup. Yeah. As you can see, we're getting a little punchy
Loopy
up here tonight.
The levity is up here.
But let's get a touchdown. Sneak it. Oh, no.
And a fumble.
Oh, it looks like the
And
guys in white might have recovered it.
Solon. Oh, my. Kind
that
of the tale
just-
of tonight, Brian.
That sums it up. That's the kind of night it's been for West Burlington Notre Dame. Looked
Where
like
was
it
his-
was a bobbled handoff there in the backfield, and ball fell to the ground, and Solon jumped on it alertly. Well,
That'd have been a good time to throw in the corner of the end zone. Everybody was bunched up. But got to get back out there and play defense, possibly push them back, go after the quarterback.
looks like Spencer Wegman returns, number 17 at quarterback for Solon.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to watch the end of the game down by the fence so I can. Glad you can see me.
I'm glad we can see you too. Everybody give it up for Superintendent Schmidt, who made this all possible.
Hey, Dave.
Just send my paycheck in the mail to me for.
You mean you haven't received that yet?
No.
Okay, it'll be along with one from last year.
Are we doing basketball?
Yeah.
Let's take a quick timeout here while we shuffle the deck and get ready to go here for the last 6 minutes of the game. We'll be right back after these words.
All right, back to action here.
More, by the way.
Back to action. Solon deep in their own territory. Time to put our defensive speed here, get into that backfield, maybe cause a safety, get the ball back, rattle a little.
We have another quarterback in the game now for Solon. It would appear that number 34, Cole Flansburgh, is, or maybe he was just the running back. Another character from The Simpsons. 6:02 and counting. 42-0 is your score. Second down and 10 for Solon at their own 1-yard line after a unfortunate fumble.
And a run from scrimmage up the middle, actually a little to the right, comes up to the 25-yard line.
Flansburgh, ball carrier, stopped by Tanner Snodgrass.
Well, Flansburgh has some pretty good breakaway speed there because he
24, gives Solon first down.
kind of darted outside around our defensive end and just put his foot in the ground and sprinted straight upfield, and he's got some good speed. There's a lot of team speed on Solon's football team here, as there has been all year with West Burlington, but pretty impressive group of athletes here in the white, black, and orange.
Nice stop by the Falcon defense there. No gain, maybe a loss of, 1 or 2. Probably was that the same ball carrier? Number 7. Well, that was West.
Well, Storm Scott is back in the game.
That was Bryce West, the ball carrier. And
majoring in
nothing.
Meteorological science.
No gain, second down 10.
Second and 10 for
I
Solon.
hope the chances for a touchdown here are cloudy.
There you go. Oh, boy. We bring this show to you every Friday night. Oh, and he slips through the crack for a big gain to the 40-yard line.
Flansburgh keeps it, ran out of bounds by Trousel.
Looked like he was stopped before the first down marker, but little move, and he was gone.
Ball is now out to the 41-yard line. It was 2 plays ago that they were on their own 1, and they've gained 40 yards in 2 plays here. And I got to believe with all those hands on hips, that Falcon defense is a little winded.
Gassed for sure, and these are probably the second stringers. Most of the
Peyton Stahl is wide right. Jimmy Lumpkin is the other wide receiver out left.
West, the ball carrier there. Nelson, who we haven't talked about him much tonight. Big force usually up there on that line with the stop for the Falcons.
That was a 3-yard gain. And in comes Adam Bach, a sophomore for Solon. I'm assuming they're going to keep the ball on the ground here, kind of run a little clock off. And he bounces outside.
Adam Bach, nice big gain on the right here for another first down and more for Solon. 32-yard line, it looks like.
Well, it looks like they're going to pitch a shutout tonight, but let's hope that with 2 minutes and 31 seconds to play, our defense can keep them out of the end zone at least. Like we said earlier in the broadcast, Sean, we finish out the regular season next Friday night at Oskaloosa. They were tied 14-14 against Washington earlier tonight. We don't have an updated score there, but you better believe Oskaloosa is going to be every bit as challenging of an opponent next week as Solon is.
Absolutely. 42-7, your final in Cedar Rapids. The Greyhounds go in defeat after winning their homecoming game last week.
Well, been kind of a disappointing campaign for both Burlington and our Falcons this year. We had some high hopes early on. We had a pretty nice start out of the gate. And that loss down at Keokuk, I think, really took the wind out of the sails of the Falcons. That was a game that I think we all thought we had a pretty good chance of winning and got outplayed.
And a terrible snap over the head. Loss of about 20 yards.
But since that Keokuk game, I think, with injuries and just the
Our defense looks really, really tired.
The frustration of that upset, I think, had an impact on these guys, and they certainly have played hard, and they haven't given up. But they just look, as you said, Sean, they look very, very tired out there.
We like to give mad props to Coach Brewer and the energy he's brought to this program. I mean, we wish him well. I think he's going to try to get back to the Dyersville area where his daughter is. Falcon Nation will still be here, and hopefully somebody come in and take the reins and build on what we have.
Well, we've had a pretty good nucleus, a lot of good kids, a lot of good athletes, a lot of team speed over the last couple of years, of course, with all those track stars, and we'll lose Isaiah Trousel to graduation and a few others, but I think the shelves are still stocked with some quality kids, and I'm sure the school board and the athletic board and Mr. Schmidt are going to be looking closely for a replacement. That'll be a tough replacement. This is his third year for Nick Brewer, and we certainly wish him well in his future endeavors. Whether he decides to coach or not, I don't know, but
and we wish good luck to all the seniors that'll be graduating. Maybe some of them playing a little college ball. We'll just have to see. But all the senior athletes tonight, we do stand up and give them a big round of applause for the blood, sweat, and tears they give on the football field every season, probably for 4 seasons.
I haven't paid close attention. Have you seen if Xavier Williams is getting much playing time at Northern Iowa?
I have not. Kind of like you, I follow the Hawkeyes, and that's enough to do that.
Well, let's hope the Hawkeyes fare better tomorrow against Purdue than.
Oh, great stop. Oh, nope. Wasn't that a down play? Who was that made that hit? That was a
Austin
great hit.
Mixer with the ball, and he was. It looks like the ball will be turned over on downs, which is why the clock has stopped.
1st and 10, 13.1 seconds left in the game. 42-0 your score.
It'll be 1st and 10. West Burlington, Notre Dame. We think.
Well, it's been another fun season, Brian. I look forward to doing it again next year. How about you?
I do, yeah. I hope maybe we can get a 3-man booth up here and see if we can get Brian Hopkins up here to be the Alex Karras, O.J. Simpson, and Howard Cosell of the 70s up here in the press box at Bill Nelson Field. Well, I enjoyed it, too, with you, Sean. And
thank you,
when
sir.
Brian was up here, we had a good time. It's always fun, and they take good care of us up here. Jimmy Johns is always
absolutely
up here to keep us well fed, and that's going to do it here from Bill Nelson Field. And for our webcast campaign for 2016, thank you for listening and or watching, and
your final score this evening.
That will do it. Final score, Solon 42, West Burlington Notre Dame nothing. Have a good night and a good rest of your fall and winter, and we'll see you in basketball season, Sean.
Basketball, yes. I believe myself. I don't know if Mark Moe will be joining me again or not, but Dave told me we are doing basketball, so stay tuned. Some basketball webcast, and go Falcons.